Welcome back, gamers, to Greg's Game Room. I hope this video finds you happy and healthy today. Now, if you saw one of my previous videos, I showed you how to install Project Lunar on your Sega Genesis Mini so that you can add more games to it. But I've been hearing about this other hack called Hakchi, and it looks really interesting, so I really wanted to try it, but I don't want to mess up all the settings and game saves and everything that I already have on my Sega Genesis Mini, so I went ahead and I bought another one. I couldn't pass it up. It was a great deal on Amazon, so I thought, what the heck, I'll just go ahead and get another one so I can experiment with Hakchi. So I can't wait to get started. Let's go ahead and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go to Google and we're going to search for Hakchi, H-A-K-C-H-I. Or you could just go to hakchi.net. Scroll down a bit and click the link under where can I download it. Once you get there, we're going to scroll down here to the bottom. And we're going to click on this Hakchi 2 CE 3.8 installer.exe. The version might be different if you're watching this in the future, so just pick whichever is the latest version. And then once we've downloaded it, I'm going to copy the installer to my desktop just to make it easy. We'll go ahead and run that. Make sure you click that desktop shortcut checkbox there so that it's easier to run the program later. Okay, so now it wants to know the destination folder. I'm going to change it to the D drive, which is kind of where I keep all my stuff, and just D drive programs x86 Hakchi 2 CE. So, or you can just use whatever the default is if you want. And we'll click install, and it's going to go through its process here just a little bit. And then once it's done, we'll go ahead and run the shortcut, and it says restoring original games. And it's going to say, hey, I'm very glad that you're here using Hakchi 2. Okay, that's good. Alright, so the next thing we're going to want to do is hook up our Sega Genesis Mini to the computer. Now, you cannot use the cable that came with your Genesis Mini. It's only for power. You need one that has data. So just about any other USB cable will work with this, just not the one that came with it. Alright, now click Kernel in the menu across the top, and then Install and Repair. And it's going to say, do you want to flash the custom kernel? We're going to say yes. Okay, so now here are the steps. You're going to want to first unplug the USB cable from the Mini itself, turn on the power switch on the Mini, and then hold down the reset button and then plug in the USB cable. And once you do that, it will go ahead and automatically start installing Hakchi. This is going to take a few moments, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, now that it's completed, it'll give you a message that says done. You can upload games to your Mini now, or click OK. And then these are all the games that are on the Mini. Some of them are hidden, so you're going to see some European, some Japanese games on here. But the ones down here at the bottom, these are going to be the US games. Alright, so now we're going to add some games. We'll go ahead and click the button at the bottom that says Add More Games. And then this is the list of all of my Sega Genesis games on my computer. I'll go ahead and select a couple of games, put on there. Let's go with RoboCop vs. Terminator, The Simpsons Bart's Nightmare, Splatterhouse 3, which is a zip file. I want to see if that zip file is going to work. And then lastly, let's do Subterranea, which is an MD file. Now, I'm pretty sure that the MD files and the Gen files and the zip files, I think they're all going to work, so I just want to go ahead and put them all on there and give them a quick test. Alright, now that we've selected all of our games, we're going to click Open, and then you're going to see that it's putting all the games in there for you. Now, it hasn't actually transferred them yet. We still have to do that, so we'll do that in just a minute. First, I want to go into here to RoboCop vs. Terminator. I noticed that it's not picking up the artwork, but it looks like it's working for Bart's Nightmare and for Splatterhouse 3. And also for Subterranea. What you want to do in order to fix this problem is you're going to go ahead and click on the game, and then you're going to click Google down here. What that will do is go out and get a bunch of images that you can apply to this game. Now I'm just going to scroll down here and pick the box art here, the RoboCop vs. Terminator box art. There we go, got it in there. And then we'll click the spine button so we can add the right spine image. Otherwise, you're just not going to get anything. So I'm going to click the USA Genesis red stripes, which is the one that makes the most sense, and click the RoboCop vs. Terminator logo, and then you can see that it goes ahead and builds the spine for you. So it's a little tricky, but it's not too difficult. Alright, now that we've got all that done, we're going to click Synchronize Selected Games with the Mini, and there we go, all done. Alright, let's take this over to my TV and we'll give it a shot.
Hakchi. Oh, here we go. English, France, Italian, Dutch, Spanish, Chinese. Let's go with English. Ooh, that's a little bit different. It's funny, I don't remember putting Mortal Kombat on there. Alright, so let's go down to the bottom here. It says more games. Let's go there. Oh, there's the games that I added. RoboCop vs. Terminator, Simpsons Bart's Nightmare, Subterranea, and Splatterhouse 3. Let's do my favorite, RoboCop vs. Terminator. Ooh, got that background. Looks good. Plays good. Just that background does not quite fit the Terminator aesthetic, I don't believe. Alright, let's jump out of that. We'll return to the main menu. And I'm going to go up to settings and change that wallpaper. Or just go with the basic black wallpaper. There we go. Back out of here. Let's do Bart's Nightmare. And Bart can blow bubbles just like you can in real life. And we'll just chase this bubble down the street for a while, I guess. Or what happened? I get run over by something. I don't know. We'll do Subterranea. Alright, looks like Subterranea works. Game kind of reminds me of Gravitar, or constantly being pulled downwards. Might be better if I wasn't having to deal with the gravity here. Shield low. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm dead. And just for laughs, let's make sure that we can save it. We'll go ahead and click save. Save the game. And we'll return to the main menu. Yes. Let's try Splatterhouse 3. And of course, this one's good. I kind of like this game as a beat 'em up, but it's quite a bit different than the first one and the second games. Alright, I would say that Splatterhouse 3 works just as good as any of the other games. So we'll jump out of there. I'll go ahead and save it, just for the heck of it. And we'll go back to the main menu. And we'll go back to Subterranea. Make sure that the load still works. And bingo, I'm right back where I was when I crashed my ship. Now, one thing I'll say that I don't really like about this compared to Project Lunar is that the games that I've installed are not here in the main list of games. I have to go all the way down here to this More Games screen, hit that, and then they show up. I kind of like to have them all together. Seem to me to make more sense that way. Ooh, I notice here if I do the spine art, the default spine art has this Hakchi logo here on the side. I probably should have set the spine art for those.
Alright, so let's go ahead and do the spine art for the other three games. We're going to go ahead and click on the game. We're going to click spine down here. And then, I'm sorry, it looks like this got cut off a little bit, and then we'll just do the same things that we did before. We'll go ahead and select the spine and then put the logos in there. It's pretty easy. You should be able to do it even though I accidentally cut off the part of the video there. Okay, so I was poking around some of the other settings here, and I found this one for the, under Tools here, Save State Manager, which is pretty cool. It makes me feel a little safer knowing that I can export these save games and bring them in at a later time. So if I mess up this for whatever reason, it might be a good idea to have my save games backed up. So I could click Export Selected if I want to. Alright, now that I added that spine art there, I'm going to go ahead and take this back to my TV and check it out again.
And here we are back in the menu, and as you can see, I've got my More Games icon there, and here's all the games that I added. Let's see if the spines show up properly, and they do. I like the red box art the best, even if these are not the accurate ones. It just looks, I don't know, it just looks better to me. And just for fun, let's just go back to Splatterhouse and see if my save game is still there. I'm highly confident that it's there still. And bingo, there it is. Back to beating up these guys. Yeah, you thought I forgot about you, didn't you? I don't forget. Here's a cinder block for you. Go build a house. Cinder block does not fall apart. That's a tough cinder block.
Now, I noticed that there's some of these games here in Japanese. I wonder if I check these boxes, if I can see them in the actual menu when I play it. So we'll do the Vampire Killer, and then we'll do Probotector, and then let's go back and see if we can see these in the main menu.
Alright, so I booted it back up again, and here's all the games. One of the things that's surprising me here is that Mortal Kombat 2 is on this Genesis Mini. It's not listed on the box, and I didn't add it with Hakchi or anything like that. Why is this here? I don't know. Maybe they're giving you a bonus game of Mortal Kombat 2 on there now. Anyway, let's see if we can find Probotector and Dracula Hunter. There's Probotector. That's pretty cool. So now we can find all these hidden games that are on the Genesis Mini. Yeah, it's the same game as Contra Hardcore, but it's with robots instead. Just, you know, somehow killing robots is more acceptable than killing humans. And then over here is Vampire Killer. I thought it was Dracula Hunter. Close enough. I guess, is this the Japanese version of Castlevania? Or is it the European version? I don't remember. Yep, it's just the same game, rebranded, retitled. Still can't whip upwards, that would be nice. Up, up, up. I'm holding up. It's not going up. And now what I find interesting is that I don't see the games that I added earlier. I think you have to check the box, make sure that the boxes are checked in order to get those games to show. Otherwise, it's just going to get the games that are on there by default. There's all the spines for the default games. Now I just got to add my games back in. I wonder why it unchecked them. I didn't recall unchecking them in the program.
All right, so I must have unchecked these by accident. So let's go ahead and check RoboCop, Simpsons, Splatterhouse, and Subterranea again. Make sure those games show back up in there. One of the things that's been bothering me is that the games that I've added are not showing up together with the originally included games. So what I discovered is if you go over here to Structure and change it to Custom. Now I think originally it was over here on Original Games and Root, and I clicked Custom. And you have to click this twice before this window will show up. And then when you do that, you'll notice that all of your games will appear here in this home menu. And if I scroll down, there's RoboCop vs. Terminator, there's Splatterhouse, and there's Subterranea. And also The Simpsons right here. So when you're ready, you hit OK. And then you click Synchronize Selected Games with the Mini, and this window pops up again, which that's supposed to do that. Then you hit OK. And it'll synchronize all the games and put them in the menu. So let's go check it out.
Alright, so this is the final setup. As you can see, we've got all these games in here. And let's see if we can find... There it is, RoboCop vs. Terminator right there. Splatterhouse 3, Bart's Nightmare, and finally Subterranea. There it is. The games all mixed in with all the other games. So you can have a lot of fun just trying to look for games here if you want. I'm still kind of baffled by the fact that Mortal Kombat's here. I wonder, just the regular Mortal Kombat 2 or what? Let's find out. It's Mortal Kombat 2 for Sega Genesis. I don't understand why it's here. I mean, not that I'm complaining or anything. It's one of my favorite games of all time, but I don't recall it being advertised or anything. So is this just a secret game they're putting on here now? Let me know down in the comments if you know why Mortal Kombat is showing up here.
Alright, well there you have it. That's my experience in setting up Hakchi on the Sega Genesis Mini. It's a really simple process to hack these systems. It's really easy, and then you can add any games that you want on there. Now, one of the things that I didn't do was add other emulators on there, like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and PlayStation, stuff like that. I really want to just stick with what I have here on the Sega Genesis, just Sega Genesis games. But I'm thinking I might do a video in the future to show you guys how to do that. As for Hakchi itself, it's pretty nice. I really like that ability to export your save games, but adding the spine art, that's a little trickier than I would have liked. So have you modified any of your Sega Genesis Minis? If you're using Hakchi or if you're using Project Lunar, let me know down in the comments. Which one do you like better? I really would be interested to know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, if you got something out of it, remember to hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons down below. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.